An 8-bit Rocket Studios production.
Into the vertical blank.
Hello and welcome to Into the Vertical Blank, Generation Atari. This time we're doing the Atari 8-bit game collection, Homesoft disc number 002. The games on this disc include Raid Over Moscow, Amaurote, which I can't say correctly, Dropzone, BMX Simulator, a version of Q Bert, Q-Bert, not Q*Bert, and Barsak the Dwarf. I'm going to call these all games that are difficult to control. Except for Dropzone, but it is a little difficult to control still. So, let me load up the disc right now and get a joystick plugged in, and we are going to play through all of Spiele number 2 from the Homesoft collection. And these are some of my favorite Atari discs. In the first edition of this, we did Homesoft disc number 1. And we've also done a disc for the Atari ST from the Debug collection, Debug disc number 1. It's sides A and B. There are two sides to that one specifically. All right, joysticks in. Let's get Raid over Moscow set up and going right now. Okay, the Atari Mania data sheet on this game, Raid Over Moscow, from 1986. The genre is shoot 'em up. The developer, Sculptured Software. The publisher, Access and US Gold. The programmer, Steve Coleman. The user rating as of this recording was 7.6 out of 10 with 62 votes. This is actually a pretty good game. I do like playing this game. It does... Here's the starting screen. It does suffer from difficult to control. Let me get a key ready here. I'm trying to. All right. So this is a pretty decent title screen for an Atari 8-bit game. There definitely are not a lot of incredible title screens for Atari 8-bit games. So we're going to do beginner. And you start off, and missiles are being fired from the Soviet Union to the US. And you need to control these planes and get as many of them as you can out of the hangar and get them into the air. And I'm not very good at this, and it's going to be a little difficult. Right now I'm going to try to get one plane down to try and hit the white. There's a white place where they took off from, which is down over in Moscow. And then when you get there, you get to fly another difficult to control sequence where up and down and left and right do the opposite of what you think they would do. And it's kind of like Zaxxon, a little bit, but it looks nice. So here, pushing left and right moves you up and down, and pushing up and down moves you left and right, and so it's confusing. I'm just not very good at this game. A fun game though. It's got some nice graphics and pretty decent. So there's a helicopter shoot. Looks like that. Well, I got blown up. Okay, so now I got to get another plane out of the hangar. Now the more planes you get out of the hangar into the air, the less time you have to starting over. Oh, that one almost crashed. So I'm going to take more planes out of the hangar and have them waiting so that if I do die on the level or I do crash on the level with the in Moscow on the ground, that it will start right from there with the plane ready to go. So the more planes you have out of the hangar, the better. Oh, this is not easy to control though. It's sort of asteroids physics, but even harder than asteroids physics. Okay, so I got 3 planes out. Let's try and get down there to the landing zone where we can fight on the ground. It's not the fastest, but it's a fun game. It's a good Atari 8-bit game. I know this is a really popular game on the Commodore 64, or it was. I never even knew this game came out for the Atari 8-bit. We did not have it back when I was a kid. It came out right as we were getting an ST. And again, I'm having trouble controlling this. Gotta shoot these, and I am using an emulator actually to play this, although I did try it on my Atari 800 XL that now has an Antonio 4 meg, and it worked, and it had that same squiggly junk on the side, but I wasn't able to get it to record properly. It was skipping frames for some reason, so now I'm using the emulator, and it doesn't seem to be skipping frames. There, I blew up. Now I have a ship ready to go, a plane ready to go because I got blowed up. I'd be getting blowed up. I'm using an Atari, a real Atari joystick, a CX40 plugged in with my, what is this called? Oh, I can't pause it while I'm doing this, but it is the, it's the Stella adapter. So now I got to get more planes out because I blew up all my planes, and definitely, whatever the, oh no, no! Yeah, that's like a common occurrence in this game, unless you're good at it. I just need to play more. It's a game that I would actually practice a lot on, but the controls are so difficult. But it's not like a, it's not programmed poorly. Controls are a part of the challenge, let's put it that way. Oh no! Ugh. And this is why I don't play games very much. Okay, so now we got at least one more out, and we are going to attempt to fly through that section. I know that Chinny Vision just did a full video of this game, and he gets much further than I do. So if you want to check out his full gameplay, I don't know if he gets through the whole game, actually. I don't think he does, but he gets a lot further than I do. But this is just a playthrough. You know, I haven't played these games in 30 years, so... Or more, actually. I would say 35 years, some of them. Okay, and the controls in this one just freak me out. Okay. Trying to be methodical here. I want to shoot these little factories, but... Alright, I'm terrible at this game. But, I got two... Look, that missile's really hard to dodge. I mean, if I was better at playing games... You know, this would be more I'd get further. A lot of fun stuff to shoot. You can actually play this game faster. I just don't play it faster. Alright. No. No. See, now I forgot left and right and up and down. Oh, that was good. Okay. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I don't like yelling no, no. Oh, it crashed. All right, well, oh, I got one more. I did one more plane. Damn, I was about to put the joystick away and start up the disc again, and I crashed into a hut with my giant plane. All right, the next game we're gonna play is Amaurote. Atari Mania datasheet. 1987 was released. The genre is shoot 'em up. That's what they say. It's not really a shoot 'em up. Developer, Binary Design. Publisher, Mastertronic. Programmer, John Pickford. Graphics, Steve Pickford. Sound, David Whitaker. User rating, 7.5 out of 10. One of the few of these 3D isometric games that were ported to the Atari computers. Graphics by STE. Music by David Whitaker. Okay, Terra welcomes you. Now, this game's got some good music and sounds. It's another difficult to control game because it is isometric, And you are this little dude here, this walking dude, looks like one of the monsters from War of the Worlds. And I don't know what you're supposed to do because I couldn't find instructions. But I do know that you can fire. And they call it a shoot 'em up. But it's not, it's kind of an action adventure. And you have what you fire is this weird ball. So anyway, the graphics are really high res, which is really cool. I think this comes directly off of a Spectrum or BBC Micro game. It could have been done in low res with some more colors, but it looks nice this way. This would have been like really colorful on an ST or an Amiga. Here you only get 2 colors on the 8-bits at this without artifacting. And artifacting does not necessarily work very well in emulation because TV sets and emulation don't necessarily work that well. Unless you set artifacting on, and I don't do that. So anyway, I'm walking around here. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, but I still think the game is fun if I knew what to do. There, I fired a little. But it fired way off into the top corner. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but I think I'm about to get killed. Not 100% sure. I can't. Oh, good. I found my way through. And I want to walk over here. I'm kind of looking for like something to do. I don't know what the icons are at the bottom. This is just a playthrough because I don't know much about this game. I think I need to find someone to explain to me how to play this game. But since this is just a demo of... There, I died. This is just a demo of the games on the disc. I'm not concerned about actually playing. I'm just trying to get through the disc. Okay, the next game is Dropzone, which is an incredibly popular game for the Atari 8-bits. Programmer and everything by the incredible Archer McLean. 1984, shoot-'em-up defender-style game. Developer Arena Graphics. Publisher Microdaft and US Gold. User rating 8.8 out of 10 with under 1,900 votes. One of the highest scoring games on the system on Atari Mania. So let's get some Dropzone in because this is quite possibly one of the best Atari 8-bit games ever made. But still difficult to control because of the floaty physics, but not as difficult to control as the other games. Okay, so you pick up the little blue guys, and you have to drop them on the plus to save them. So a little like Defender, but not exactly. And they pick them up too, and so there's lots of stuff to shoot, lots of graphics flying all over the screen, lots of particles. I mean, this game rocks for 1984. And I have played the Commodore 64 version. Some people say this version is better. I thought this version is just as good as this. I mean, 64 can do a lot of great stuff too. This has the Atari 800 has a slightly higher clock speed, so when you're purely blitting graphics to the screen, it's a little faster. A little like when the ST and the Amiga just do 3D, pure wireframe 3D. The ST is a little bit faster. But this is really the Amiga's little brother. I mean, the Amiga's big brother, older brother, not bigger brother. Amiga was bigger. This machine, the Atari 800, and I think of the Atari ST as a latter-day Commodore 16, which didn't have great graphics, but it was an all-purpose machine. But the Atari ST was, to the Amiga, the Atari ST would be closer to the Commodore 16 to the Commodore 64. But it could replicate a lot of the things. And the STE, of course, was pretty much an Amiga. I mean, when you get there. But let's not worry about that. Okay, so this is a great game. And Archer McLean had one game on the 16 bits. He made a pool game that I know of. I had it. It was pretty good. I just am not very good at... See, this game's fun. Let's get some more shooting in here. All right, attack wave 1 completed. And those are all the blue guys I saved. All right, now I'm trying to save it without shooting anyone right now because I'm trying to see how much I can save. They're not easy. It's a little bit like Choplifter in that, because you're trying to get them at the bottom. You're not actually picking them up. You don't save them as they drop normally. I haven't actually found a way to save them as they drop, like Defender. I got blown up again. There is by hitting the space bar, I think you do have a super bomb. Okay, that's a great game. He doesn't need a lot of introduction. Just know that game's on this disc. Go play it. Right, the next game is BMX Simulator. Yet another game that's really difficult to control. At first, Atari Mania datasheet, BMX Simulator, 1986, genre, sports, cycling, probably the only one in that genre. There's no developer listed, so it's probably developed by Codemasters and published by Codemasters. Programmer, Adrian Shepard. Sound, David Whitaker, again. And this time I spelled his name right. Rating 7.6 out of 10, 1,726 votes, a very popular game. A very nice game for the Atari 8-bits. A later day game. Came out with the XE computers on a cassette. This was a budget game. You basically cycle. Now I'm the green cyclist, and you got to use the berms. But I'm not very good at this. It's hard to control. But you cycle, use the berms, and once you finish this track, you get to other tracks. It's actually a really fun game, but I'm terrible at it. So okay, cycle. The pink cyclist, I don't know why they chose pink. They could have chosen any other color in the Atari's palette besides pink. It could have been a nice bright red. The colors might be slightly different if you're not playing NTSC though. I didn't turn this into PAL, so no. Yeah, see, and you blow up. So I'm not quite sure why you blow up when you crash. That should not be a sound that happens when you crash. But still, it'd be nice to have some in-game music here. But the sound effects are pretty good. I mean, that's you pedaling. And that's the time timed out. Let's play some more of this go. This is actually a fun game, just hard to control. I love that music. I love David Whitaker's music. I wish it was in-game. Let's try this again. Listen, that's in stereo now. I just put it in stereo for you guys. Stereo Pokey Sounds. Okay, now it's back to stereo again. Alright, I think I'm going to do this one a little bit better. We go. Go. Okay, I'm sorry you have to watch me play this. Okay, then I can't tell which way's front or which way's back because of they needed to put like another color on that sprite or something to tell you which was the front and the back. I'm just not very good at this yet. If I played it more, maybe I would be. But now I'm playing it safe, just trying to finish. And the pink motorcycle, the pink bicycle rider, which I'm going to say is somebody's little sister probably, is just kicking my butt on the pink bike, but it's probably not someone's little sister. It's a dude who loves pink. There's a lot of different colors that were on these bike uniforms. There was a BMX especially had lots of neon colors and things. So it's probably neon green and neon pink. Not uncommon back in the 80s for BMX. Okay, let's try this. I got to the second. This is a cool course too. See, use some little whoop-de-doos in the middle down there at the bottom of the course. Okay, let's see if I get this. He's still way ahead of me. I just keep crashing. I need to play these games much more. I don't have a lot of time to play games, but it's still fun. I mean, this is a great Atari 8-bit game. I have not seen the Commodore 64 version. I'm sure it's awesome. I've not seen any other versions. I guess I need to look. I think there was an ST version of this. There might have been an Amiga version. But this is good. This is well done. I mean, they did a good job on this. I mean, various colors of brown. I mean, what are you going to do with various colors of brown? But the cyclists look pretty good. I just can't tell which one's the front. And he's already finished, and I'm well behind. So I didn't get a move on. I didn't do it fast enough to make it into the next one. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Let's load this disc back up now. We're going to play a game called Q Bert. This is not Q Bert, which is so Atari Mania datasheet, Q Bert. There was nothing there. I found this out. This is not the completed version by Parker Brothers. It's an earlier demo version, and there's no sound. But it's pretty good. And I did try out the Parker Brothers version. I didn't put it on this video, of course, because it's not on this disc. To play it, they're both really competent versions, but so hard to control. You got to turn your joystick diagonally to make this one work well. And I keep on getting hit by the coily. It's set on a pretty hard level at the beginning, but it has all the elements of the game. Even the disc that you jump on the side and go up, it just has no sounds. and it does not look like the Parker Brothers version. It doesn't look exactly like it. So this might be a PD version. This might be an early demo version. This might be a version someone did before Parker Brothers had the license. I have no idea. If someone knows, let me know. But it's Q Bert or Q Bert, not Q Bert, like Q Bert spelled. But fun, really well done game, just hard to control. It goes on along with everything on this disc so far, except for really, I'm going to give the Archer McLean game, Dropzone. It's not hard to control. It's just a hard game. But all the other games are not hampered by difficult control, but just difficult control. Okay, let's try Barsak the Dwarf now. This is actually a text adventure. Nothing on Atari Mania about this one either. So I found out a little information just by kind of reading the screens about the game. Adventures of Barsak the Dwarf. This is a game by P&V Napolitano. Text adventure uses what's called the Quail engine. The Quill engine. I don't know what that is. Let's start it up and see if we can not die. You die in this game because you run out of food right away. So here's the start screen. You did see he had a pretty nice opening screen to this game. And let's try. Let's see. It's got a pretty good parser. I did try out these a little bit before. Now let's go. How about north? Okay, let's go north again. In an old gatehouse. Let's go north again. We can. We're in a castle courtyard. We're going to go north again. There are stairs here. Well, and you can go south, up, and down. We're going to go up. Okay, now what should we do? We should, let's go north. There's nothing here. Okay, your armory. Armory. Get dust, because there's lots of dust in the armory. Okay, you can't get dust. Go east. I'm going to go east. You're in the guard's bedroom. Get rusty foil. I don't know what you need rusty foil for. Maybe someone's going to shoot up heroin or something like that in this game. Chew foil. Ouch. That would hurt your teeth if you chewed the foil, but I want to try because you're hungry. Eat foil. You can't. I know you're hungry. There we're in the recreation hall, and there's a broken halberd. I'm going to get the halberd. It's not going to help me, though, unless I find something to kill and eat. I'm awful hungry. I know you're hungry, dude. Eat. I can't. I did inventory. I is inventory. Battle axe, rusty floor, broken halberd. I'm awful hungry. Let's go up. End of game. Damn it. I died of hunger. Your score was 0. Ouch. That was an interesting set of games. Until next time.
An 8-bit Rocket Studios production.
Into the vertical blank.